Right, the first part of this question says which value of x can't be included in the domain of f or g. And if we look at these two functions, we know that we cannot divide by 0. So the value of x, which can't be included in the domain, and remember the domain is the set of numbers that you can use or put into f or g, the number that we're not allowed to have is x is equal to 0. So that's the value of x which can't be included. Next part says here, solve g f of a is equal to 3. So the first thing we need to find is what is g f of a. And that means g done to f of a, which means that we have to find f of a first. So let's ignore the g for now, just stick that outside. F of a, well, we know that f of x is 2 over x, so f of a is going to be 2 over a. So we're now going to do g to 2 over a. Now from g of x, we know that g of x is x plus 1 divided by x, which means that g of this thing is going to be this thing, in other words, 2 over a plus 1 divided by this thing again, which is 2 over a. And that's a bit of a mess because we've got fractions divided by fractions. There's a neat little trick that I can do here to get rid of those. If I multiply the top and the bottom by a, and the reason I choose a is because it's the denominator at the top and the bottom, you'll see that this simplifies hugely. So let's just do this bit by bit. Might be clearer for you to see if I put the a in front there, it's a bit easier to see. I'm going to do a multiplied by 2 over a, well that's just 2, and I'm now also going to do a times 1, which gives me just a. On the bottom I've got 2 divided by a times a, well again the a's are going to disappear, and I'm left with 2. So this expression here that I have, let's just refresh our memories, is g f of a. And the question asks me to solve g f of a is equal to 3. So I'm now going to put that expression, so 2 plus a divided by 2, I'm going to put that equal to 3, as the question says. If I now multiply both sides by 2, the left-hand side is just 2 plus a, and the right-hand side is 6. And all I need to do now is subtract 2 from both sides, which leaves me a equal to 4. Right, now I'm asked to find the inverse function, the inverse of g. Let's just remember what g is. G of x is x plus 1 over x. So let's just write that down. G of x is equal to x plus 1 divided by x. And the way that I find my inverse function is to write y equals x plus 1 divided by x. And I now need to rearrange that to make x the subject. Well, the only thing that I can do to start with is multiply by that x on the denominator on the right. So the left-hand side now is xy, and that is equal to x plus 1. And I've got a slight problem here in that I want to make x the subject, and it appears on both sides. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract x from both sides. I'm going, in other words, collect everything containing x on one side. So subtracting x from both sides, the left-hand side becomes xy minus x. And the right-hand side now, we've just got 1. I can now factorize the left-hand side by taking out x, which is the common factor. So x multiplied by y minus 1 is the same as the left-hand side, and that is equal to 1. And I can now divide by the bracket, so x is equal to 1 over y minus 1. Now remember, in order to find my inverse function now, I swap x and y. So y is equal to 1 over x minus 1. Here is my inverse function, and I'm just going to write it here. G minus 1 of x is equal to 1 over x minus 1.